The Boy Who Built the Sky. Prologue. In a small village where roofs leaked and dreams were kept quiet, there lived a boy named Keto who used to lie in the grass every night, staring at the stars as if they held secrets only he could understand. He was born into poverty, raised by a grandmother who believed in prayers more than miracles. Most people in the village believed that success was for city people. That boys like Keto were meant to grow into quiet men with tired hands. But Keto, he believed differently. Keto was 10 when he found a broken radio in a pile of trash behind the village store. Most children would have kicked it aside, but he picked it up, dusted it off, and took it home like treasure. That night, he took it apart using a spoon, spreading the tiny parts across the floor. He didn't fix it, not that night. But he learned something, that even things that seem broken still have stories inside them. That maybe he did too. Keto's school had no library, no computers, sometimes no chalk. But Keto made his own notebooks from brown paper bags. He would copy diagrams from old newspapers, trace wires, memorize how machines worked, and draw things he couldn't afford to see in real life. One day, he stood in front of the class and said, "I want to be an engineer. I want to build things that help people fly." The class laughed. Even the teacher smiled politely. But Keto looked out the window and whispered, "You'll see." At 17, he got a chance to attend a national science competition in the city. His village raised money for his bus fare. He arrived barefoot, carrying a homemade wind turbine made from bicycle parts and old fan blades. The judges laughed. He didn't win. He came back home in silence, avoiding everyone. That night, he sat by the river, ready to throw his invention into the water. But his grandmother sat beside him and said, "You didn't fail. They just couldn't see the sky you're building yet." Keto kept going. He started repairing radios for villagers. Then phones. Then solar panels. He taught himself by reading discarded manuals and watching YouTube videos at the one cyber cafe 10 miles away. At 22, he applied for an international scholarship to study engineering abroad. He was rejected. So, he applied again. And again. And again. On the 7th try, he was accepted to a university in Canada. Years later, Keto returned to his village, not as a visitor, but as a man with a vision. He built the first solar-powered library in the region. He trained young people in electronics and computer science. He started a company that provided affordable energy solutions across rural Africa. People began calling him the boy who brought light. But he smiled and said, "I was just trying to reach the stars I used to talk to." Epilogue. Keto's story wasn't about genius. It was about grit. He didn't come from wealth. He didn't have connections. What he had was belief in something bigger than his circumstances. And maybe that's all success needs. Not perfect conditions, just a heart that refuses to quit. Final words. So if you're reading this, wondering if you'll ever make it, remember Keto. Remember the broken radio, the laughs, the rejections, and how he built a future from scraps. You're not too late. You're just beginning. Keep building your sky.